I don't think films can change the world, but the people that watch them can. And so film has immense power when it's able to trigger somebody's imagination or have them think about something in a different way. Meet a character who they laugh with, who they never imagined they would laugh with.
JehaneNoujaim is an Egyptian-American film director known for her documentaries on various aspects of Middle Eastern conflicts. Noujaim uses film to bring faraway events to people's living rooms, connecting our world in a way that opens our minds, connects us with others, and teaches us about world events. She was born in 1980 in Egypt to an Egyptian father and American mother. She lived between Kuwait and Cairo until age 10, when she moved to Boston, Massachusetts. She later attended Harvard University, receiving a fellowship to create an Arabic-language documentary, Mokattam, about a garbage-collecting village in Egypt. She was inspired to make the film after her mother encouraged her to spend time doing community service and decided to return to Egypt. After graduating, she did various cinematography work across both regions of the world. In 2004, she directed her breakthrough work, Control Room. Control Room focused on the media coverage of the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Noujaim and her team gained access and followed the U.S. Central Command, or CENTCOM, Western news networks such as BBC, MSNBC, Fox, NBC, and CNN, and Arab-based news network Al Jazeera to showcase the biases portrayed by the media and how it influences the people's perception of the war.
Patriotism for the exact same reason, American nationalism.
For this documentary, Noujaim received the 2006 TED Prize. Her TED wish was to unite the world through film.
Conference, and Robert Wright said yesterday that if we have an appreciation for another person's humanity, then they will have an appreciation for ours. And that's what this is about. It's about connecting people through film, getting these independent voices out there. Now,
films were broadcasted on what Noujaim called Pangea Day in 2008. For 4 hours, films, speeches, and music from artists all over the world were broadcasted to New York City, Rio de Janeiro, London, Dharamsala, Cairo, Jerusalem, and Kigali through the internet, TV, and mobile phones. Noujaim's next documentary was called Rafea Solar Mama, which showcased women who traveled to India to learn how to install solar panels to bring electricity to their villages. Conflict struck close to home in 2011 when Egypt fell into a political and economic crisis. Noujaim immediately began plans for documenting this revolution, and a team of filmmakers made their way to Tahrir Square to capture the Egyptian Revolution of 2011. In the end, over 1,100 people had died, over 6,000 injured, and more than 12,000 were arrested. The revolution, however, had succeeded, and Hosni Mubarak's regime was overthrown. Capturing over 1,600 hours of footage, Noujaim's 108-minute film follows several young revolutionaries as they help take part in the events in Tahrir Square. After submitting the film to the Sundance Festival a year later in 2013, a second revolution broke out, deposing the Muslim Brotherhood-backed President Mohamed Morsi and reinstating the military to power. Noujaim and her team returned to add to the documentary. The Square won numerous awards, including the Audience Award for World Cinema Documentary at the 2013 Sundance Film Festival. It was also nominated for Best Documentary Feature at the Academy Awards, and at the Emmys won Outstanding Cinematography for Nonfiction Programming, Outstanding Directing for Nonfiction Programming, and Outstanding Picture Editing for Nonfiction Programming. Her next project is called Radicals, and will focus on mothers whose children have turned to radical Islam and left their homes to fight for ISIS. JehaneNoujaim has received criticism for her films, which is not surprising given their political nature. For example, Control Room was criticized for portraying Al Jazeera more positively than their American counterparts CNN and NBC, and in The Square, one revolutionary with opinions counter to those of liberal Egyptians was given less screen time. However, Noujaim has responded by saying that her films are not trying to push a certain viewpoint, but simply showcase what the average young Egyptian experienced during the revolution.
The way that I make films is that I tell the story through the eyes of characters. And so if you follow the character's journey, there are obviously things that you are leaving out. But the hope with a film like this is make people feel like they've had a glimpse and really experienced revolution. People don't get to experience what we've experienced or had a glimpse of the past couple of years.
Noujaim's goal with her filmmaking is to connect faraway places. In her 2006 TED Talk, she remarked that while she can't force people to travel and that not all have the means to travel, everyone can watch a film. As connecting globally becomes more important with the growth of extremism and increases in immigration, filmmakers like Noujaim become more important than ever.